this video, you'll learn how to structure clean and professional Power BI dashboards. And while layout and alignment matter for readability, we'll cover layer order, grouping, spacing, and KPI card design to make your reports look polished and easy to use. Let's dive in. Okay, welcome back. I hope you can hear me now. So I hope you had good lunch. We will start from where we left off before the break. Okay, so next thing that I would like to touch on is called layer order. What is it? See how this button is at the back of the visual? That is your layer order. If I come back to my report, if I bring it here, see how it's in the front? If I just move the buttons down, it actually goes at the back. That's your layer order. 2, 3, 4. Because I want my buttons to go at the back of the visual, so just drag it down. That's your layer order. Here you go. See now it's at the back. So in next 2 to 3 minutes, I'll just try to do some formatting, alignment, consistency, make the sizes equal. Like there is no step-by-step process, but I'm going to discuss some options which will allow you to do it quickly, or just some way of thinking that allows you to format, align, and make things consistent a lot more quickly. So have a look on the screen. Once I'm done, I'll just give you some time to just apply these techniques on your particular group. It's actually a group of visuals. So first I'll do, okay, so I can select both the visuals. One thing, these red lines helps a lot. See these red lines? Like it allows me to make sure the sizes are consistent. That's one thing that is very useful. Then I bring it on the top like this, and then you can decrease the size, right? This helps. Then you can decrease the size and this helps. Then I can work with my small buttons. See, they are not similar in sizes, so I can select both of them by using control. Another way of selecting both of them is by just dragging like this, right? Selecting area, right? That's how you can also select them together. My preferred way of multi-selecting things when you're working with a lot of object is actually selection panel. And you will also realize it as you start to work with a lot of object. It's like this is a really good way of making a selection. So I select and I select like this. When you select using selection panel, you can also see it appears on the screen like these are the objects you have selected. You can select both of them. Then you can go inside general. That's where the size is, properties, and you can change the size. When you change the size here, it makes it consistently sized, right? I can say, okay, height, let's do 100 and let's do 200, right? Okay, there you go. So now it's consistently sized. You can also go inside buttons. You can make sure the text is consistent. If it's not, in this case, it is because we copied and pasted. So now these buttons are consistently sized. And other thing that I can see this this line also makes sure that my button and my visual is aligned right. But there's another way to do it. You can select, oh, not this visual actually. What is it? Oh, it's actually using this button as a reference. Anyways, so I move it left, and now see this button and this visual is left aligned. Then I can bring it down, maybe move it here. Then similarly, I can do it with this button, and maybe I can increase the size of the visual a little bit. And size of this visual a little bit. Left, here, down, down. Okay. Yes. Okay. So just go ahead, package it properly, make sure this transition between small button and big button is smooth. There is a consistency of sizes. Your small button should ideally be consistently sized. Your big buttons should be consistently sized. Your visuals are consistently sized. There is a consistency of the formatting across all 4 buttons. So just make sure you take care of these small details. One technique you can use is if you have a similar object. Let's say if you have buttons, you can actually select all 4 buttons and then use the property. So I can select all 4 buttons using the selection pane. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And let's say if I want to change the font, I go inside style and I change it to Tahoma, right? I can change formatting simultaneously for all buttons because the same object. If you have any questions, please let me know. While you're doing it, if something is not working as you would expect, if you have any idea in your mind you don't know how to incorporate it, you can also let me know. Yes, yes, please.
Hi, Ali.
Hi.
I've selected all the buttons, but I don't have any options in the format. So the
Yes,
visualization.
that is a glitch. That is a glitch. Yes.
Uh,
So it might happen. So you select a button and like this disappears, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a known glitch. So what you can try, just open a new page and then go back to the page and then select the button. So it helps it to just clear a cache or something and then it starts to work. Let me know if it does or no.
Uh, no,
No.
I have tried that, but I've still got instead of the visualizations pane, I've got format button and then no
Yeah.
option. Yeah,
Share your screen. Let's see what we can do. But this is a known glitch. I know it happens at times.
yeah, just here. So I've selected these buttons.
Let me see. So I'll request control. So
Mhm.
one thing that I can see is on the right, too many buttons are selected. You have 3 buttons, right? You have
Yep,
actually 6 buttons.
I have 6 buttons.
Okay, so if you select one button, let's see for one button. Yeah, so one button it does appear. Two, see, it's now appearing.
Ah, okay. So it's got like a limit.
No, there's no limit. It's just like a glitch.
Oh,
One. So
oh, maybe
yeah,
it's more
for
like
for the
that.
button which is invisible, you can't format, right? Unhide your visual to use formatting. So it will not appear for the hidden ones, but if you will click on the unhidden ones, it will appear.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Yes, okay. So now I hope layer order is clear. So things come in the front and goes at the back based on the layer order. I also want to touch on grouping. So have a look on my screen first. Let me just touch on this idea and some of the common challenges that people face with the grouping. So what is it comes with an advantage, but people really struggle to use grouping on the report due to some reasons that I'm going to discuss. So what is the grouping? I can select all 4 buttons, 1, 2, 3, and 4. I can right click and I can just group. Oh, see, this button is not aligned left. One thing that I can do is I can just make the width of all 4 buttons consistent, which is I will select it from here 1, 2, 3, and 4. And width, let's make it 200. So it matches, and then I can select these 2 buttons with left. Okay, so grouping, what is it? I can select all 4 buttons, right click, group, and I can call it buttons. Then I can move it down. Then I can select the visuals. I can right click, I can group, I can say visuals. Then I can select these groups and I can right click and create another group. It helps with organization, bookmarks. When you start to work with group, one advice that I would like to give is don't select any object of the group, which is a button or a visual from the report. Start to make selections from here because otherwise it will keep confusing you. What do I mean by that? See this. You click on it, the first thing that gets selected is actually a group itself. When you click on it again, then it goes to a subgroup. When you click on it again, then it goes into the visual. And when you move things around, it starts to just distort. If this does happen, just press Ctrl Z. If you want to select a group, select and see now you can move things around very easily. Now things are not freely flowing out. Not only this, you can also click on a group and see I can resize things. And now everything is getting resized as per proportions. So it helps you once you have created something, group it and you can move things around, resize it, and place it in a specific space of your report. So select from your selection pane. If you want to select a group, this is your group. If you want to select a subgroup, that's your subgroup. If you want to select a specific visual within it, then you just click on a specific thing to make a selection rather than using a report page. So I move it here and then I might just decrease the size. So we are not going to do it with the third one. I hope you understand this as a idea, how to use the bookmark. So same concept, you can just replicate that for the third button. So if you're happy with the first step, which is, creating this bookmark, just give me a thumbs up. We move on to the next stage of building the report, which is building the title bar, this top part. Okay. We are going to start building this title pane. And this title pane also has a couple of elements in it. We have cards. These are your cards, card visual with some conditional formatting and some emojis, as you can see. Then we have a special slicer, which allows us to put pictures in it. This is your chiclet. This is a simple image of a logo. And then we have a dynamic title. So we have a couple of components within the title bar. I'll go back. That's your card. And then you can put a calculation in the card. So calculation already exists. You have COGS, you have margin, you have profit, and you have revenue. So I'll put my revenue, copy and paste. I can put my COGS. Let's not put COGS. Let's just put profit directly. So I have my revenue, my profit, copy and paste, and then I can put my margin. I can select all three and I can move it up. I can select all three, go inside formatting, decrease the size. How can I turn this off? This is your category label if you want to turn it off, but let's keep it on for the cards. Then I go inside general, inside properties. I can decrease the height to 100, let's say, and width to 100 to narrow. Let's do 150. And then I move my cards side by side. 1, 2, and 3. Just creating 3 cards. Another technique that I really like to use in almost all the reports that I built is have a background of the page. Once you have background of the page, you will realize it also gives you an impression that there is a border around every visual. See how this visual is now just freely flowing. There is no boundary in it. So when you have a background of the page, it will give you an effect of a boundary with every single visual without creating a border. So I'll tell you what I mean. When I click on a blank part of the page, I click here, just how you format a visual, you can also format a page. Canvas background, normally I change it to gray, and then I reduce the transparency. See how things start to stand out? Now I know the starting and ending of a visual, right? I know how to place them properly. You can choose a different color, and then you use the transparency, right? That's your transparency. That's the background color of the page. Another excellent option is this. See, if you have a couple of visuals on the top, you place it like this, right? And then you select all three, go to Format, Align, and Distribute horizontally. This is a very common option across all Microsoft products. It makes the space between the visuals consistent. It uses your first visual and the last visual and just distribute the space. This and this becomes consistent.
Sorry, I got my video off. So I was playing the background. I missed how you put the background color in. Was it just a colored text box?
So first you click on a page.
Yeah.
And then you click Format your report page canvas background, change the color.
Yep.
And then make sure you reduce the transparency too.
Cool. Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. So how do you add emoji? Like it's a small thing to give a little effect. Don't overdo it. Like with anything that you overdo in report design becomes non-functional basically. Don't overdo with any fun. What I see is people do once they know how to use a report tooltip, this little feature, people overdo it a lot. They also overdo emojis. How do you do it? Wherever you press Windows and full stop, Windows and full stop gives you this emoji icon, and you can insert it anywhere basically. So revenue, cash, money, and you can search. Not getting inserted. Oh, Windows and full stop. Just double click here, rename it, press Windows and full stop. It will give you emoji panel, enter, and then you enter. So when you rename, it also goes here. And by the way, you can use emojis when you're writing title, You can use emojis anywhere you want to give that little effect. And another little thing that I like to do with card is I just round the corners. You can select all three. Inside general, effect, borders, you can just round the corners. And you can use the white color so it does not give you a border, but you can still round them. That is under general, effects, border, and then corners. And I also want you to remember this is where the background is. For some reason, people struggle to find how to change the background color of a visual. That's where the background color is too, under effects. Yeah, so these are your KPI cards.